Hi there birdies, welcome back to the Sunny Virgo. So today we have something really special because we're doing some random questions readings. So I have my little box of questions here. Some of you may already know it from the live. I have over 100 questions over here. We're going to pull one little paper with the message you most need to hear or the question that you most need to get an answer to, I guess. And we're going to answer it and we're going to see what shows up. We have a bunch of different topics over there. So definitely check out each of your individual placements because there are going to be different questions. There are going to be different messages for you for your life. Okay. So I'm really excited for this. If you're ready, let's get into it. Hi there, Taurus Gemini. Welcome to your reading. So your little paper is where should I focus right now? We're going to take a look at it. I do want to mention that this candle, you're the first reading I'm doing, and I lit up the candle, thinking of you and everything, and it was kind of having a hard time here to connect with your energy and to make it last. So this could be referencing to something that perhaps is kind of fading out and you may need to let it fade out or at least adjust something. For example, this could be about your health and you feel like you're lacking a little bit of energy. It could be that your career is not going on the most, prosperous, and maybe even in terms of motivation, things are not feeling its best. Perhaps there's either an adjustment, because I did have to put the little tin again. It could be either an adjustment or a total new vision on things. So we'll see where we go with that, but I thought I'd share that with you. Perhaps that is a message for at least one of you, Maybe that's all you'll get from this video. But let's see. So where should my Taurus Geminis focus right now? All right, come here. We have trust, answers, and strength. Yeah, I kind of feel like where you need to focus right now, it's more to do with reflection and introspection more than actually taking action towards something. Because, trust, it's a very letting go card. And we even have strength, which sometimes the biggest strength is not about doing something. It's about having the strength to face ourselves within ourselves. And I feel like you may... Oh, and I'm just noticing that we have here, little tigers? Little lions? I don't know. But it's almost like you may... It's not about creating new beginnings outside of you. I feel like it's about creating new beginnings inside, especially with the answers card. I feel like where you should focus right now is trying to get some peace and some understanding of what is going on, what is causing your current situation. So if it is the case of the motivation, what is causing that lack of motivation? If it is in a case of health, what is causing your lack of energy? What is causing your fatigue? What is causing the things that are not totally working? And how can you shape them? How can you shift the energy? And I do feel like those answers are not going to come from spending your time and effort in new things and trying new things and doing more. It's about figuring out first what you need to cut out, what do you need to let go, what do you need to remove from your life. I really feel like you need to remove something from your life. And then you can start thinking of creating new things. So let's actually pull some cards from here to see what we have, because this deck was screaming really loudly for you. We also have possibility here. Focus your attention on what could go right. When you learn to imagine the best case scenario, you get to enjoy an experience twice. And we also have feelings. Healing begins with feeling. Be gentle with yourself and tender with your heart. So this definitely is about looking within and being gentle with yourself, being gentle with your feelings. I also feel like there is something here. Invitation, we have possibility, feelings. It could be about getting information about someone you perhaps have a crush on, or someone you're even already in a relationship with, but you're not sure what is their take on marriage, what is their take on children, what is their take on moving in together, on the next step, or in whatever you're thinking about, But I do feel like there's something here about you want to move in a certain direction, but I feel like it doesn't feel safe. It doesn't feel like you're ready for it. And the thing is, especially with this possibility card, it's all about where you focus. It's all about the things that you imagine and the things that you get in your mind. Because if you imagine that it's going to go great, and if you start shifting that mindset into, you know what, I've got this. I am talented. I am lovable. You know, if this is about love, I am fill in the blank, right? If you start to focus on those things, I feel like you start to shift your mindset and you start to shift your reality. So again, it's not really about doing more in a physical way, doing new things in a physical way. It's about doing new things inside of you. Okay, so I do feel like journaling could help you out a lot. I also feel like if this is about love, sharing, just the simple fact of sharing feelings could change your whole world, because I really feel like it is going to ignite you and it's really going to take you to the place where you're hoping to get. Okay, let's put some tarot into this and get a bit more information. Yeah, we have the Hangman. Not surprised to see that one there. I'm even going to put it right there in the middle. But we also have the Four of Cups, the Three of Pentacles. Let's get two more. We also have the Ten of Wands, yeah, and the Devil. So I do feel like this has to do with something from your past, whatever that may be for you. But oh yeah, and look at that, we have the Ace of Pentacles, but it's at the bottom of the deck. It's not here right now. So this is where you need to focus. This is what comes afterwards, right? The new beginnings, the blossoming of the seed, becoming something solid and stable and growing that. And I do feel like right now you could be holding yourself back and perhaps even sticking around with situations that are not going to fulfill you, or they're probably not fulfilling you anymore, but sticking around with situations that are just not good for you. And you are able to have new beginnings that are real, that are connected with you, that respect you, that really give you what you're looking for. Because in this Four of Cups and in the Three of Pentacles, we have here like Four of Cups. This person is super focused on these three cups that are kind of, you know, they're fake. They're not real. These birds are not real. And I almost feel like she's hoping that they'll talk, but they can't because they're material. They're not an animal, right? And right behind this person, there is a living bird that can actually talk to them, you know? And I feel like this could be literally like you're hoping that someone would express these feelings to you, or, you know, just express what they think of you, what they think of your work. But sometimes you may have to ask. Sometimes you may need to put yourself there in the position for you to receive the information. And I feel like now you're really focused on not asking for that information. Perhaps for some of you, it could be because you're afraid of things not going in the best direction. But I really feel like they are going to be in the best direction. With the Three of Pentacles, I also feel like you could be surrounding yourself with people that are not so connected with you, and maybe they're kind of bringing you down, talking about energy, right? Perhaps you could also be feeling a little bit fatigued and with lack of motivation because of the people you're surrounding yourself with. If they're in that same energy, and there's even this saying that comes in, like, I don't know which book it is, but there's this thing of like your energy, you, who you are a combination of the 5 people that you spend most time with. And if those 5 people are in a lower vibration, it doesn't matter. I mean, you can try, and that is definitely going to count for something, but it doesn't matter how hard you try, you're always going to catch something from those people. So I really feel like there's something here around, look outside and inside, but don't take action, just look. Okay? And even we were talking about like confessing feelings and everything. It doesn't have to be like you confessing your feelings, but it could be about you asking for the other person's feelings. You know, so that case of marriage or children, it doesn't have to be, hey, I want to get married, I want to have children. It could just be, what is your take on children? What is your take on marriage? What is your take on fill in the blank? You know, what is your take on this relationship? In that case of the crush, right? And I feel like that is going to give you the answers for you then to take some action, okay? And I really feel like whatever happens is going to be for your highest good, because I feel like you're going to start understanding what is working, what is not, what you're holding on to that is not healthy for you. And I do feel like the biggest things that you're holding on to is in terms of mindset. And those are bringing you down, and those are stopping your elevation. Those are stopping you from living your life to the fullest. And I really feel like you have some sort of past wound here that I feel like it's causing you a lot of fear. And whenever we go through certain situations, they are very painful, but they are there to teach us. In the end, this is a very hard thing to kind of wrap our minds about and to get into this energy and this mindset where everything that happens, good or bad, however you want to classify it, in the end, it's also always going to be good, in the sense that it's always going to be beneficial for your growth, right? It doesn't matter how bad it is. It's an important point in your story, and it probably is going to make sense a few years from now. Maybe it's going to make sense now, and I really feel like this is very hard to wrap our minds about, especially if it is some really toxic and really hurtful situation. And I'm not saying that situation is good and that, oh, you shouldn't be sad about it because, come on, it was a freaking blessing. No, it's like, it was hurtful. And the thing is, the process of healing is understanding the lesson, the purpose of that situation in your life. Even if it was just to show you how strong you are, that you have overcome that situation, And I really feel like you may need to focus a little bit on rewinding, going a little bit into the past, reflecting. This Hanged Man, it's all about introspection. She's resting, right? But she's resting physically, but she's doing a lot of inner work internally, okay? And at a soul level. And I feel like that is where you need to focus right now, is doing that inner work and going a little bit into the past, revisiting situations and understanding, why did they happen? What was the purpose of them, right? And understanding that story doesn't have to be yours anymore. If you were cheated on, that story doesn't have to be your story anymore. Now there are like a bunch of people in the world ready for a relationship, and those people, some of those people are actually loyal, are actually committed to their partner, right? And you were able to bring that person in. If you feel like you're not worthy of that, that is another thing that you may need to look into. Why don't I feel worthy of having a loyal partner? What is your mind trying to tell you about that? I really feel like there is a lot of inner, deep personal work that your guides are asking you to do right now, because you do have amazing opportunities here coming forward, and it is a matter of you creating the space for those opportunities to come forward. Okay, so I really feel like where you should focus right now, it's not necessarily anything physical on creating new things and going towards things. It's very, very deep. And I would even say that, Scorpio season is almost over, and Scorpio is all about this inner introspection and going within, finding out our secrets and doing shadow work. And that is what's happening here. Of course, it kind of depends on when you're watching this, but I believe that every time is a good time to do shadow work, but no better season to do it than Scorpio season. And then we have Sag. So until the end of Scorpio season, perhaps a little shadow work could be nice. And then Sag season, new year, that kind of vibe could be so beneficial for you to start those new things and to implement physical energy into your life and starting to shift things around and adjust things physically, okay? So use the rest of the Scorpio season very wisely and get ready for new beginnings, because they are coming, okay? And I kind of feel like this is not necessarily like something specific, like just love or just career or just health, just self-care, I feel like it kind of involves your whole life. So take a little look around. You have a lot of work to do ahead of you, so yeah, good luck. But let's see here what final messages and advice we have for you. Oh, all right, we'll take this one. We have answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Yeah, and I really feel like you are, there we go. Yeah, no, wait, postpone, pause, say no. It's not about taking that physical action, all right? But with this answer the call, I really feel like you do have a motivation. I feel like you do have somewhere where you want to go. But I feel like fear could be trapping you and making you question, maybe even other people could be making you question, like, is it worth it? Is it safe? Should I do it? And you have the power to choose what you want to believe, okay? You have the power to choose where you want to go and how you want to see that situation. Not an easy thing to do, again, but it is worth it. And I do feel like, first of all, affirmations, they could do very well. I always notice a big shift, and especially with you having Gemini in your cusp, That is ruled by Mercury, so the planet of communication, of writing. So journaling is definitely one of the things that works very well for you. And journaling is good for you to kind of bring these limiting beliefs to the surface and understanding what is happening there. And the way you can do that is like choose an area of your life, career, for example. What do I want to do next? And then you start thinking, okay, what is stopping me from taking this step? What are my beliefs around this next step? What are my beliefs around my like biggest, hugest career goal? And where does that belief come from? How can I shift it? You know, you start to understand the things that are kind of blocking you, and you don't have to think too much about answering all of these questions, but just go with the flow and see what shows up. Because once we start journaling, a lot of random and hidden things kind of start surfacing. So just put it all on paper, and then you can reread it to see where, like, the conclusion that you got to. But another thing is affirmations. I always notice a big difference from the days that I do affirmations before I go to bed and the days that I don't. When I don't, I always wake up like really grumpy, like, don't talk to me. But whenever I do, I wake up energized, and funny enough, I actually wake up early whenever I do my affirmation. But yeah, I do feel like affirmations could do you very good. I do them at night personally, but you can try them in the morning and at night and see what works best for you. But yeah, that is definitely something that could also help you out. Let's pull just one final little card to see if there's any other message. Alright, so I'm actually going to grab my messages and advice from the universe and pull some cards from there to finish this up. Woo! Alright, so we have follow your heart. There we go. Especially if this is about, well, in all cases, but I do feel like for some of you there is, yeah, and especially with the inner child, there is some person or just the idea of love that I really feel like wants to come through, and it's like your inner child wants to be loved. And I feel like you're a little bit, I feel like you could be a bit afraid of letting that inner child be loved. Okay, so just know that everything is gonna be okay. Connect with that inner child, okay? And allow your dreams to be there. Allow that desire for love, that desire for prosperity, desire for whatever, to be there. And don't be afraid to ask for it and to give it, okay? And especially like ask for help. I usually see this as like ask for help from your spirit guides, but it could be ask what that person wants. Ask your future self. Ask your little self, you know, what do you want? But especially if you're dealing with someone, don't be afraid to ask them for what they want. Because I feel like that is going to bring you a lot of clarity, and it could help you understand at least where you're going, you know, and then you start doing the inner work. It's like, okay, so I have this goal, and now I know that this person also likes me back, or I know that this person also wants marriage. Okay, so I need to review my beliefs around marriage a little bit. And then I'll propose, you know, something like that. Or you could propose already, but be honest about, hey, I have some limited beliefs around marriage. I kind of need to go through them and figure out where I want to go. But don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to ask. That is something that is coming through very hugely and very loudly. So anything else? We also have work that ass off. Yeah, I do feel like it is internally. Anything else? All right. Let go of control. Everything is unfolding exactly as it's supposed to. So please love yourself, okay? Be kind to yourself. And know that you are doing great. I do feel like you are. It's just a little fear that I feel like it's creeping in, but you've got this, all right? So, Taurus Gemini, this is what I have for you. I hope it resonated, hope it helped. If it did, don't forget to smash the like button for me and subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you here. You can also check out my pick a card channel, a bunch of awesome pick a cards. Let me grab a little bit, sell my work a little bit. But yeah, I also have private readings. They're going to be in the description box below, or the link for them is going to be in the description box below. And that's it. So I love you very much. I wish you the best, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.